Hey guys, welcome back to A Disabled Perspective. I'd like to thank you for all the love you showed on the last video, and we're back for another episode. So make sure you like, comment, and subscribe if you want us to continue doing this. We're going to continue to pick other topics and stuff we want to talk about. And if you have any ideas or what you want to hear me give a perspective on or talk about, please make sure you comment below. But today we're going to talk about what it's like being a disabled entrepreneur.
Dude, like, and I don't know if I mentioned this in any of the other videos we've done, but the things that Weston has managed to accomplish in such a short time on the planet just blows my mind. So, like, let's start off with just stairs to chairs.
Let's start with stairs to chairs.
Let's start off with stairs to chairs,
The most recent first.
man. The most recent first. I mean, because I feel like that one's the most important.
Yeah.
And I feel like we should start with that, just because, like, obviously your goal is to make the world more accessible. But how did you even set this in motion? Because I was there, like, when you were planning bits and pieces of it, but like
Yeah.
I wasn't always here, so I felt like I got left out of some of the things. So like, I just wanted you to explain a little bit more about that.
Yeah, so it's something I thought about for a while now. I officially launched it in 2022 in like the summer. It was like a week after my birthday, actually. So
I didn't know that actually.
June 28th, and actually 7 days after my birthday is when I officially like announced it and launched it. But it's been a nonprofit officially in the state of PA since 2021, but not many people know about it because I didn't actually announce it or tell people. So it was just something I was working on behind the scenes for a while, basically like building a website and trying to find logos. And in the state of PA, you have to have at least three other people on your board. So basically, like assembling my board and stuff
Right.
like that. So it was a long process before I wanted to officially like announce it to the public. And like,
That's wild, bro. Like I like because and I remember kind of like when you were going through this whole process and like you were telling me bits and pieces about it. Like I was just like just reflecting on myself and being
yeah,
like, what's stopping me from doing any of these things? Like, and that's no disrespect to you, bro, but I'm
yeah,
just like, you got SMA, man, and you're not letting that stop you.
nah,
You know what I'm saying? So like, what's my excuse? What's everybody else's excuse
yeah.
to going out there and just reaching for their goals and striving to be the best person that they can be?
I mean, I kind of look at it. As, I look at it as an advantage because I don't have a regular job. I don't do stuff during the day. So what I do is I figure out how to do things that I can do.
Now that
So
yeah, that would make sense.
so yeah, like I built the website myself. Well, obviously I had help of some other people, but mostly to figure out how to do all that and secure the domain. And I had a graphic designer make the logo, which is pretty cool. But
It's a cool logo. I do like it a lot.
yeah,
I do like it a
it's
lot.
pretty unique. But they just figure stuff out when you have a lot of time on your hands.
Yeah, and you know what? And I think that might be what stops other people from like doing things because it's like you know you have to outside your full time job, you have to dedicate time outside of that
Yeah,
to pursue other goals and aspirations. And for like a lot of people, like that's a lot of work, because it's like you got your family. Some people have kids, other responsibilities that they got to do and take care of.
yeah,
So it does get to be a lot. Like there, and you know me, you know me now for several years, and it's just like uh, I've had all these ideas and aspirations of things I wanted to do, but when it came
like
down
this,
to it,
like this.
like this, like and just having a YouTube channel, but I was just like, like let's actually do it. Like
Yeah,
let's actually dedicate some time to do it.
right.
So
Yeah, I also feel like I just don't have a choice really, because when I look in the future, like I'm not gonna always have my parents or something like that, and I
right,
can't make money on paper necessarily.
right,
Like that's over the poverty limit. Otherwise, all my benefits get taken away. which is a video or a topic we talked about in the conversation with Riley that we
Right.
had. But so I kind of just look at it as I have no choice but to try and make a way for myself, since I can't do it the normal way, quote unquote normal way. I tried to do air quotes, but you couldn't tell.
No, I get it. I understand. I mean, because that's a conversation we've had before, so I definitely understand that. In regards to like making the website, I know you kind of
Yeah.
said you did that on your own. Like
Mm-hmm.
I know there's like all these like I guess programs and like different websites to like
Yeah, there's like
help you.
website builders.
Dude, I looked at it looked at one of these. I tried to make my own website at one point, and I was just like, I don't understand. I personally didn't understand it. Like I
Yeah.
felt like there was like
$500. I got you.
but like so how did you go about like making the website? Like how did you what made you choose the design of your website?
Yeah, so I kind of just looked into different options basically, and what I felt comfortable with, and it seemed like the most simple option was GoDaddy because you can buy. I don't know if you've heard of that or not, but
Yeah.
yeah, you can buy the domain right on GoDaddy.com, whatever domain you want, and then they actually have a website builder like that's provided to you through them as well. So it's just like a one-stop shop basically.
Okay.
But yeah, there's some other options that you can use, but I thought that was the most simple and easiest at the time, so just decided to do that, and it's not too expensive either. So
Word.
and I felt like it's a basic website, but it looks professional at the same time.
I was about to say
So
that because it looks legit. Like
if
it
you
looks real legit.
if you talk to real website builders, they could point out a whole bunch of stuff about what you could do to make it better. But I'm pretty happy with how it is right now.
I mean, considering the fact you did it yourself and that was the first time you did it, like,
Well, it's not the first time
well,
I did
no, because yeah, you still got your clothing brand that we're going to talk about in a bit,
it.
but
Yeah,
yeah, like again, like the things that you've managed to accomplish, like I think a lot of people only dream of and never even like even taste just
yeah,
the beginning steps
yeah. I think
of
that
what
just
you're doing.
yeah, it just shows like I don't know, kind of how people approach things nowadays. I feel like a lot of people are like timid or don't want to get out of their comfort zone or scared to try new things or stuff like that. But when you're kind of forced into it, it makes
Right.
it easier in a sense.
I mean, honestly, dude, I definitely hear what you're saying, and I think for me trying to like get out of my comfort zone, even just doing this YouTube channel,
Yeah, right.
like because you're putting yourself out there.
Yeah, and this is another example of me getting out of my comfort zone because I
Right,
hated my voice like
right.
my whole life growing up. So it's so weird like hearing myself back because I really hate my voice, but you do it anyway. Just
Well,
it's
I
not
think
about me. So
right now I get it. I get it. So, in regards to this chairs, obviously, making the world a more accessible place.
yeah, and if people saw our first video, I focused on the whole first project, stairs to chairs,
Yeah,
and
yeah. So definitely check out that first video. We went on a road trip out to St. Paul, Minnesota, and we helped this woman named Sarah
mm-hmm.
modify her bathroom. But
Yeah,
what's next for Stairs to Chairs, bro?
yeah. So that was our first official project in the fall, but and that was obviously a residential project. We helped a woman modify her bathroom, but we want to do both residential and commercial projects. So it's not just families, but we want to do businesses as well. So the next project is hopefully going to be a commercial one, so we can show people that we're not just focused on one thing and kind of expand. So yeah, we've contacted a few different businesses and try to see if we can get the ball rolling. But that's the hope.
So, and you know what? And I don't think a lot of people realize like how many buildings are relatively inaccessible.
All right.
Like, not something able people think about it. Like I think about, like I never really crossed my mind until we started hanging out.
Right.
But like even
It doesn't have to. I don't blame people that don't think about it.
Right, right. But I think almost everybody knows somebody who's disabled in some way who needs some type of modification. Either
Right.
they need like a manual wheelchair or they're
Walker.
walker or something like
Yeah.
that.
I say like that's why I try to stress to people as well. Like everyone has grandparents. Or almost everyone has grandparents.
That's true.
And as they get older, they have less mobility.
Right.
So it's not just people like me that are in wheelchairs, but even babies. You push them around in strollers. You gonna pick them up steps every time. Like
That's true.
it's not just for people like me. It's for elderly people, for people in strollers, babies. So
See, I did not. See, I don't have kids. So I didn't think about that.
all right. So I'm trying to help everybody, honestly.
Right. So yeah, and I remember just going through your hometown, just going downtown, and just the vast amount of buildings that you can't even get in because
Yeah.
there's steps right out
Mm-hmm.
the front door, and there's no back entrance.
Right.
So, and I know I think that also what prompted you to start Stairs and Chairs because there's
Yeah.
those places that you wanted to get into that you just couldn't get into.
Yeah, for sure. And the big problem is that they're in like historical districts too.
Right.
So a lot of big cities, it's pretty much any big city, honestly, they have historical districts where their buildings are protected.
Right.
So if you want to make any kind of modification or change to a historical building, it has to get approved through a board. So you have to go to the city and go to the board and try to get a
I'm sure
change.
that'd be a long, drawn out process.
Yeah.
Right.
And a lot of people aren't willing to do all that. And
right.
obviously, or for people that don't know, that buildings can be grandfathered in before the ADA laws were put in place. So
okay.
if your building was built before the ADA laws were put in place, it doesn't have to comply to them.
So when was that exactly?
I think it was in the 90s sometime.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I forget the exact year, but if your building's built before the 90s or whatever the year was, you don't have to technically comply with ADA laws.
That's kind of messed up, though.
So, I mean, all new buildings obviously have to, so
right.
That's a good thing in a few hundred years, or if you're alive that long, by that time,
right,
they'll all be accessible. But yeah, so there's still think of how many buildings were built before the 90s.
A lot.
Yeah.
A lot of them.
Especially in cities.
Most of them.
Yeah.
And I mean, I that's kind of messed up, but I also kind of get it, because
you can't small businesses especially.
Right.
They can't afford always to make their place accessible.
Right.
So.
Yeah, because I guess a lot of these older buildings, especially in cities, they turn into corner stores and stuff like that. And those are usually family owned.
Yeah.
So I guess that makes sense. That would make sense.
That's why Stairs and Chairs wants to come in because we provide financial assistance to our businesses. So we would help pay for any modification or anything like that would help make their building more accessible.
Big dreams, man. I mean,
yeah,
I don't blame you, dude. Somebody has to do it. For real, somebody has to do it.
And the crazy part is, right now we're just talking the United States. That's my big.
International plan.
That's my dream.
Well, so dude, I remember being in the Philippines and Indonesia, and stuff like that, and I remember thinking about you when I was out there, and I was just like, man, Weston could not get into any of these places, even if he wanted to. Somebody would literally have to take him out of his chair, carry him up the stairs, and then figure out how to get your chair, in that building. And the thing is, that's no easy feat.
No, a lot of people. We get this all the time. Your place is accessible. There's only 2 steps.
Nah, that's not accessible, bro.
Or we'll just pick your chair up. People think that they can just pick the chair up and carry it inside, and they don't realize that this thing weighs 600 pounds.
Yeah. So side note, we were in New York a few years ago, and the whole fiasco on the sub, Weston's tire got stuck in between the train and the platform.
Yeah.
And
the subway, yeah.
On the subway, and so I tried myself to budge his chair, but I couldn't do it. And we had another friend with us, and he tried to help me. The two of us couldn't do it. We had to have three other strangers on the subway help us get his chair and move it.
Meanwhile, I'm halfway on the subway train and halfway on the platform,
Yeah,
and the doors are trying to close. But
yeah. So that was like a really like scary situation that we were in there
yeah,
for a minute.
but people just assume that they can just. It's like a manual chair or something. They'll just pick it up.
No,
But
you can't. There's no way. Unless if you're like, I don't know, Brock Lesnar
yeah,
or something.
right. Seriously.
but
But yeah.
but yeah, dude. Dude. Like, I'm proud of you, man. Like, starting to sell your chairs, man. But obviously, you also got your other business. You know, your clothing
Yeah.
brand. So what? I think like we first met when you were kind of like in the process of like wanting to start that.
Yeah. So I think so I officially launched it on Valentine's Day.
Okay, I didn't know that actually. I didn't no
Yeah.
idea.
Yeah, I picked my dates strategically. But it was Valentine's Day of 2020. So it's literally February of 2020 is when I started my
Wow.
clothing brand, which, a little over a month later, the whole world shut down.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it turned out to be a pretty bad time to start trying to get people to buy things.
That's true. Yeah, I didn't think about that.
Yeah, but that was February 2020. So, yeah, I mean, that's taken me on a whole bunch of different journeys throughout the past almost 4 years now. But done everything from photo shoots to sending my shirts to like famous people in California. Some of the Kardashians have my shirts.
No way. You're playing, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy. That's kind of wild.
Yeah, I shot a TV commercial that hasn't aired yet, so that's in the works. It's in the tuck for whenever I want it.
But I didn't. I did not know that.
Yeah.
What else have you not told me?
That was last year. You don't remember that?
No, I don't remember that. I don't remember.
Yeah, shot a TV commercial. So.
No, I'm trying to remember. I don't remember that.
Mm-hmm.
Kudos, bro. Holy hell, man. That's awesome, man.
Yeah, but for people that don't know, the brand's called Reflective for Perspective. And I started it basically because I had an idea of printing words on shirts backwards. How this idea came to me, I have no clue. But basically just saw like the TikTok era, video era, and everyone that uploads videos using their like front camera, their words are backwards when they upload the video. So I was like, what if I just print backwards words and then they'll look forward once you record a video? So that's basically how the idea came to me, and that's what the brand's based around.
That's pretty genius, actually. I honestly, I've never thought of it. I've never thought of that.
Yeah, so we've expanded from reflective being like a physical reflection, like that's actually like flipped when it looks in the mirror,
right,
to just like reflecting on your thoughts and beliefs and trying to like promote a positive mindset. So we've kind of expanded on the word reflection, but it started based off of physical reflection, like words flipping back and forth.
Yeah, that's a pretty dope concept, bro. I know you had your clothes in local stores. Jawns on Fire.
Yeah, shout out to them.
So how did that even come about?
Yeah, so we were actually at like a event for local vendors, and we both had tables set up right next to each other. And Miles, which is my guy now from Jawns on Fire, he was there representing their store, and I was set up right next to him. And he liked my clothing brand and what I was doing, and trying to promote positivity. And he came over to me, and he was like, "Have you ever had any of your clothes in any stores or anything like that?" That was something I've never actually thought about,
right,
like ever. And I was like, "No, I haven't." And he's like, "Well, we have the shoe store that we opened up, and we'd like to have your clothes in it." And I was like, "Yeah, for sure."
That's crazy.
I don't know why he would ever turn down an opportunity like that. So yeah, we had like a little opening ceremony type day where my clothes were on display and stuff like that, and they're still there. So yeah, it's pretty cool.
Bro, that's just wild, man. Like again, like and I've kind of just been over here kind of like watching the wing, kind of like watching you do all these things, and
Mm.
I only get bits and pieces of things because I'm not here all the time, and I know you tell these things to a lot of people. You don't remember who you told what to, but just like hearing the whole thing, I'm just like I'm just lost for words because again, like I feel like I mean, besides time, really nobody else has an excuse, man.
Yeah.
Like I'm proud of you, man. Like you're doing big things, dude.
I
Big
appreciate it.
things.
Yeah.
Um,
It's kind of like mindset. I don't think it was always, I was never always like this. Like all through high school, I knew what I wanted to do. I wanted to be a financial advisor for accounting. So
right,
I wanted to do accounting or help people with finances. I was always into money.
right,
So, but I never thought of like starting a business necessarily. I just wanted to help people manage money or
right,
balance books. I was like a nerd like that. I liked balancing all like the accounting of businesses and stuff like that.
right, right,
So, but once I got out of high school and then I went to college for a little bit, I went to E-Town for people that don't know for like a semester, and then I got sick and I had to drop out. So I came home and I started doing online school. So I gave me a lot more time since I was just at the house, just doing college whenever I wanted, basically
right.
at my own pace. And that gave me a lot of time to think of what I wanted to do and decide. And that's when I started doing the music management stuff too. So
We should do a video on that at some point too.
yeah, I mean that's part of this basically.
That's true. That's true. That really is. I didn't even really think about that. Honestly, that's something that I just completely like. I forgot about actually.
Yeah, so that was like the OG business from
Yeah,
back in the day.
yeah. I
Was
think that's what you were doing, like right when I first met you. Actually,
yeah,
as
you know
that
what?
was like your main thing.
It was a good story because it wasn't really a business, but I was in the business field basically.
Right,
So it was basically helping out my friends that made music, and I helped them find gigs or find shows or set them up with studio time or connected them with other artists and stuff like that. So I wasn't making any money off of it really, but I am now, but I wasn't then. And yeah, I don't know, help to open my eyes to like the business world and meet other famous people
so you made a lot of contacts doing that.
and yeah, because we went to different cities, DC,
I remember coming to a couple places with you, man. We got around for sure.
right? And a lot of people don't like to admit it, but it was a lot. It was before a lot of artists in Harrisburg were touring or going to different cities. Or I remember there was only like two people that had their songs on Apple Music, so I was like one of the first people to help get my artists to have songs on all platforms.
I'm assuming one of them was Nikki the Jet.
Yeah,
right,
he had some music on
right.
Apple Music, but not a
Yeah,
lot of people knew how to do it. And again, I had time, so I figured out how to do it. And then, yeah, so it really helped my artists because,
like you showed me how to do
right?
it.
Yeah, I helped my artists because most artists were just on SoundCloud,
right,
which is like an underground platform. But I got my artists on Apple Music, Spotify, Amazon Music, all that kind of stuff. So that really helps with like broaden your horizons,
right.
basically. So, but yeah, we were one of the first people doing tours. We were one of the first people with music on all the platforms. So,
Again, dude, like just the amount of things that you've been able to accomplish, the amount of things that you have been able to figure out, just blows my freaking mind. Like, I really don't even have words to like put in. Literally, I'm lost for words right now, bro. I don't know what I'm trying to say, like, but that's how much like I just appreciate your drive and your effort to you want to know something, you figure out how to do it,
yeah,
and nothing's gonna stop you from figuring it out.
right.
And I obviously that's how you accomplish all the things that you accomplished so far.
Yeah, it's kind of funny because I don't think of it as anything special because and in my mind, like right now, I feel like I haven't done anything yet.
Bro,
Like that's how I think. Like I feel like I haven't done anything because
dude, I haven't done any of those things. Like I don't
yeah, but I've done them. But what do I have to show? Like I have like the project for Stairs and Chairs, the most recent project in the fall. That was the first time I was like, wow, I really did something. Like I helped somebody. That was the first time I was like, okay, we're getting somewhere. But up to that point, I felt like I hadn't done anything for
I feel like, see, now I feel like that is like where you like need to change your mindset.
anybody. Right?
You know what I mean? Because it's just like, because I'm sitting here like, holy shit. Like, because I wouldn't even begin to figure out how you even started your own clothing brand, like be a manager for all these artists, and then start a nonprofit organization. Like, just starting those things like, no, you might not have necessarily helped people doing those other. Well, you did. You help artists get gigs. You help them make money. You help them
Yeah.
get their music out there.
Yeah.
You know, you might not have necessarily helped anybody with your clothing brand, but that's just something that you finished and accomplished.
Mm-hmm.
And now your clothing brand is out there for the world to see.
Yeah.
You know, and that's something that you want to do. That's something you felt passionate about.
Mm-hmm.
But like, what I'm saying is like, I don't feel like most people even get to that point.
Yeah.
Like they have this start to have this idea like, oh yeah, that looks awesome. Like that's like a really good idea. Like I'm gonna do that, and they kind of like half attempt it, but
Right.
never like fully jump in and go
Yeah.
all in.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I equate this to like people like who want to be in a band
Mm-hmm.
because like you know me, I've tried to start bands with so many people. They like the idea of being in a band and like playing in different shows and stuff like that, but like they're not actually willing to like commit
Right.
to it. They like the idea and the thought of it, but like when it comes down to it, they
Mm-hmm.
flake out every time.
Yeah.
So I kind of like equate it to that, and like
Yeah.
you again, like you haven't even been on this planet for 25 years yet, bro, and
That's right.
like
We're
you
getting it. We're creeping.
creeping now, but like you have done more than most people 3 times your freaking age, dude.
Yeah.
Like think about
Well, I know, but so
that.
so one problem I have is comparing myself to other people.
Right, right,
So, um, especially in the social media era, when you're on your phone or on Instagram, you see all these other famous people because you follow famous people.
right,
Or so you compare yourself, or you see other people that are 18, 19, 20 at the top of the world.
right.
So I feel like I'm 24 and I haven't done anything compared to that.
I mean,
So
I
it's
get
like
it. I
it's
get
like
it.
the juxtaposition of social media because it's good because for someone like me it pushed me. Like I want to be like them. Like, I want to be famous. I want to do these things. So
Right.
it motivated me to do more. But also it makes me feel like again I haven't done anything yet. Like I'm just getting started. But I think it's a good mindset to have in a way because it motivates you to do better and try to strive for greatness. But yeah, you also gotta put things into perspective sometimes.
No, I get it, dude. I feel like so something that I was always told, like, you know, if if something was meant to be and it just doesn't happen in that moment, it just wasn't supposed to meant to happen right then and there. I feel like if you put in your time, your effort, and you really strive for something, it'll happen when it's supposed to happen.
Mm-hmm.
At least that's what I always was like taught and led to believe, and I do believe that still to this day.
Yeah.
Um,
I think my faith tells me that it's all God's timing. So
right,
whenever it's supposed to happen, it'll happen.
dude, man. If you ask me, man, it's already happened for you.
So
It's already happened for you, dog. Like,
it's not happens for me when I think about my international aspirations. That's their success.
and actually, that was actually something that I wanted to get into about actually, because like, what like the big goals, man. Like, do you see yourself like doing any other type of businesses internationally? Do you plan on starting any other type of businesses or anything like that?
To be honest, not really. I see Stairs to Chairs, the nonprofit, can bring me to all my aspirations I have through that organization. So, but it does involve international aspirations, which are implementing similar ADA laws in other countries that don't have them
Right.
and advocating for disability rights internationally. So that's kind of like my biggest goal. So I really found like what I want to do and what makes me happy, and then advocate for the next generation of people with disabilities. So that's really what I want to do,
I
and
love it,
that's all
man.
I care about.
I love it, man. I love it so much, man. You're doing a damn thing. And again, dude, I'm so proud of you, man. I'm really, and I don't think I say this. I say I love you all the time, but I honestly, man, I'm truly honored to have met you. I'm truly honored to be a friend, and I definitely don't mind just sitting on the backside, kind of just watching this whole thing unfold while you do your thing. If you need help, obviously, man, you know I'm always here.
I mean, we're doing this YouTube channel. So.
We're doing this YouTube channel, man.
This is our thing now.
This is our thing now.
Right.
Anything else, man?
No, I don't think so. I mean, we touched on pretty much the basis of it.
Word.
Yeah.
Well, all right, guys. Well, we appreciate you joining us this time for Disabled Perspective. Again, is there anything that you want me and Weston to talk about or cover, whatever, yeah. Please leave a comment and don't forget to subscribe. We'll see you guys in the next one. Yo, bro, we're like content creators now. We're like doing the damn thing.
I know, right? Are we cool yet?
I don't know. Why don't you ask them?
Well, if we are, like, comment, and subscribe.